Good morning, good afternoon, good evening everyone. As per the timing you are watching this video. This is the video number 2 for CBSE 10th Chemistry Chapter 1 Chemical Reactions and Equations MCQs. In the previous video we covered 20 MCQs. Today we will be covering some more from the same chapter. My name is 𝗞𝗶𝗍𝗆 and you are watching arpitaclasses. Let's get started. Question number 21 is, what happens when copper rod is dipped in iron sulfate solution? Copper displaces iron, blue color of copper sulfate solution is obtained, reaction is exothermic, no reaction takes place, and then you have these options. So let us see what happens when copper rod is dipped in iron sulfate solution. So it is like this, copper solid which is dipped in iron sulfate solution. What happens here exactly? No reaction takes place because we know that for the displacement reaction taking place, copper needs to be more reactive than iron. And in the previous video, I gave you the electrochemical series or the metal activity series where we can clearly see copper is placed below iron. So copper is less stronger or less reactive than iron, and hence it will not be able to displace iron from here. So no reaction will take place. No reaction will take place is option 4. So it will be D option here. Only 4 is the right answer. Come to the next question. What happens when chlorine water is added to Ki solution? So let us see, chlorine water means aqueous fluorine Cl2 is added to Ki solution. Even this is an aqueous condition. What should happen? We should get KCl. We should get KCl plus iodine. This should be 2, so 2 KCl plus iodine. So this is even a displacement reaction. Chlorine is displacing iodine from here because chlorine is more reactive than iodine, and that is why it is displacing iodine and taking the place of iodine. So it should form I2 and KCl. Let us see the option. I2 aqueous is formed. Yes, it is correct. IO3 minus ions of white colored are formed. No. KOH is formed. No. HCl is evolved. No. So the option is I2 is formed. So the next MCQ is, complete the following reaction. NaCl aqueous plus AgNO3 aqueous will give us dash and dash. Let us see what it gives us. NaCl aqueous plus AgNO3 aqueous. This should be a double displacement reaction where Na and Ag will be exchanging their places. So we should get NaNO3 aqueous plus AgCl aqueous. So we should get NaNO3 and AgCl. Let us see the option. NaNO3 and AgCl, it is option number D. Come to the next question. The reaction in which two compounds exchange their ions to form two new compounds is. So two compounds exchange their ions to form two new compounds. So it is a double displacement reaction. Precipitation, no. Decomposition, no. Neutralization, no. It is a double displacement reaction. Come to the next question. The process of respiration is oxidation and exothermic, reduction and endothermic, oxidation and endothermic, reduction and exothermic. So what happens in respiration? In the respiration we know that glucose is oxidized and energy is released. So energy is released means it is an exothermic, heat and energy is released. So it is an exothermic reaction, and in respiration process glucose is oxidized. So it is an oxidation and endothermic process. So the next MCQ we have is, in a double displacement reaction such as a reaction between sodium sulfate solution and barium chloride solution, exchange of atoms takes place, exchange of ions takes place, a precipitate is formed, and insoluble salt is formed. So the reaction is sodium sulfate and barium chloride. So the reaction is in between sodium sulfate and barium chloride, which will give us 2 NaCl and plus BaSO4 precipitate. So this is aqueous, even this is aqueous, this is also aqueous, and this is also aqueous. So what happens in a double displacement reaction? We know that ions exchange their places. So exchange of ions takes place is correct. Secondly, there is an insoluble salt is formed. So a precipitate or an insoluble salt is formed. So precipitate formed is correct. Insoluble salt is formed is correct. So 2, 3, 4 is the right options, and we have that in the option number C. 2, 3, 4. So this is the right option for this. Come to the next MCQ. Fireflies glow at night due to dash of luciferin. Luciferin is a protein. So when the protein luciferin oxidizes, that time fireflies glow at night. So the answer will be oxidation of luciferin. Next question is the addition of phosphorus and oxygen gives a product. This reaction is an example of dash reaction, decomposition, precipitation, oxidation and reduction. The reaction is in between phosphorus and oxygen. So basically it is 4P plus O2 will give you P2O5, 2P2O5, 4P plus 5O2. This is the balanced chemical equation. So whenever any substance is reacted with oxygen, that particular reaction is called as oxidation reaction, because oxidation means addition of oxygen. So here oxidation is going on, so the reaction will be oxidation. So option will be C, oxidation. In question number 29, the following reaction is an example of which type of reaction? 2KClO3 heating giving us 2KCl plus 3O2. So here we can see one single reactant on heating giving us two products. So this type of reaction where one single reactant decomposes to give you several products are called as decomposition reactions. So the options are reduction, no, oxidation, no, displacement, no. So the right option will be decomposition reaction. Question number 30. Which of the following statements about the given reaction are correct? 2Fe solid plus 4H2O liquid giving us Fe3O4 solid plus 4H2 gas. Iron metal is getting oxidized. Yes, iron metal is getting oxidized because iron is converted into Fe3O4. It is getting associated with oxygen. Oxygen is getting added. That means iron metal is getting oxidized is a right option. Secondly, water is getting reduced. Now here you can see water H2O getting converted into H2. That means oxygen is removed. It was oxygen initially with water, it was oxygen, now oxygen is not there. So oxygen is removed. Removal of oxygen is called as reduction. So water is getting reduced is the right option. Third is water is acting as reducing agent. Now see here, this is water and Fe. Fe is getting oxidized. Fe converts into Fe3O4, so Fe is getting oxidized. That means who is helping in this oxidation process? Water is helping Fe to get oxidized. That means water should be the oxidizing agent and not the reducing agent. So this is the wrong option. Water is acting as an oxidizing agent is the right option. So the correct statements are 1, 2 and 4. Let us see what is it? 1, 2 and 4. So C is the right option for this. Come to question number 31. Identify the oxidizing agent in the following reaction. MnO2 plus HCl gives you NaCl2 plus Cl2 plus H2O. Now here you can see HCl is getting converted into chlorine. HCl is oxidized to chlorine. How the oxidation is taking place? By removal of hydrogen. HCl is getting converted into chlorine or getting oxidized to chlorine by removal of hydrogen. And who is helping in this oxidation process? MnO2 is helping in this oxidation process. So MnO2 is called as the oxidizing agent out here. So the oxidizing agent will be MnO2. A is the right option. The next MCQ is in the equation Pb3O4 plus 8HCl, 3PbCl2 plus Ca2 plus 4H2O. The substance Pb3O4 acts as an oxidizing agent, an acid, a reducing agent, a dehydrating agent. So we can see Pb3O4 here oxidizing HCl into Cl2. HCl to Cl2, this is oxidation process. And in this process, Pb3O4 is helping. So Pb3O4 should be an oxidizing agent. So option A is the right answer. Question number 33. Identify the reducing agent in the following reaction. H2O plus F2 gives you HF plus HOF. Now fluorine is here, it is alone, it is not associated with any other element. Fluorine is getting associated with hydrogen in both the cases. So fluorine is getting reduced, association with hydrogen is getting reduced. This is reduction, and in this method who is helping? H2 is helping in the reduction method. So this is a reducing agent. So they are asking identify the reducing agent, so the answer will be H2O. This is a reducing agent. Next question, the following reaction is a type of dash reaction. Let us see here PbO is converted into Pb. Oxygen is removed. The removal of oxygen is called as reduction. So this is a reduction process, and hydrogen is converted into water. So oxygen is added. Addition of oxygen is called as oxidation. So this is an oxidation process. So in this particular reaction, oxidation and reductions are taking place simultaneously. and this type of reactions are known as redox reactions. So option C is the right answer. Next question is, gold is a metal which does not corrode when exposed to the atmosphere, which is completely true, and that is the reason gold is called as noble metals, because you know that gold is placed in the metal activity series, gold is placed below hydrogen, copper, silver, gold, platinum, and these are known as noble metals because they do not react with anything when they are exposed to the atmosphere. Now in question number 36, chemically rust is dash. Rust is what? If we write down the chemical formula for rust, it is Fe2O3.XH2O. Fe2O3 is ferric oxide and XH2O is the water associated with it. So it is called as hydrated ferric oxide. See the option, hydrated ferrous oxide? No. Only ferric oxide? No. Hydrated ferric oxide is the right option. Okay? So chemically rust is hydrated ferric oxide and the chemical formula for rust is Fe2O3.XH2O. Food items made up of oils and fats are flushed with nitrogen gas to protect them from being rancid. It is correct. To protect their taste, because if rancidity happens, taste is spoiled. So to protect their taste is correct. To maintain the weight of the food, no. To enhance their flavor, no. So the right statements are 1 and 2. Let us see where is the option. Option C is 1 and 2. Next is, dash are used to prevent rancidity of food. To prevent rancidity, we use antioxidants because rancidity is a phenomenon of oxidation. So we need to use antioxidant to prevent the oxidation method. So acids, no. Antioxidants is the right answer. Next question is, which of the following gases can be used for storage of fresh sample of an oil for a long time? So for the storage of oil or sample of oil for a long time, we have to use the gases which are inert in nature. So inert gases like nitrogen or helium, this kind of gases we have to use. Carbon dioxide or oxygen, no. Nitrogen or oxygen, no. Carbon monoxide and helium, no. Nitrogen and helium is the right option. Now question number 40 in front of us. When magnesium ribbon is burnt, which of the following statements is observed? Let us see, when magnesium burns in air, what happens? Magnesium solid reacts with oxygen gas to give you MgO solid, which is a white powder. So when magnesium burns in air, it gives you a dazzling white flame and it converts into a white powder. Here magnesium gets oxidized to MgO. So let us see the observation. Magnesium burns with white flame and changes into white powder. Magnesium burns with white flame and changes into black powder, no. Magnesium burns with yellow flame and changes into yellow powder, no. Magnesium burns with yellow flame and changes into white powder. So the right option is magnesium burns with white flame and changes into white powder. Here the white is dazzling white, but it is okay. The option will be A option. So in this video we have completed the MCQs of chapter number 1. 40 MCQs we have covered. I think that is enough for the chapter number 1. In the next video, we are going to start with the MCQs for chapter number 2, that is acid, bases and salts. So stay tuned and thank you so much.